When the deadly force encounter comes your way, you gotta fight with everything you have and overcome no matter what. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson. Today's lesson comes to us from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it's an officer-involved shooting involving a man who pulls a stolen AR-15 rifle out of his car and shoots two Baton Rouge officers. Shows some incredible courage and incredible heroism that these officers stayed in the fight, took out the threat, and teach us about staying in there no matter what and doing what you have to do to win the fight. This chase is going to go really badly, really fast, and I want to listen in on the officer's camera. We're going to see several different angles here, and then we'll come back and learn some lessons in just a little bit. The angle ends here because the next shot from this guy from that AR actually disables the camera from this officer. But we're going to go back now and look at the body cam of the first officer and listen in again, and then we'll finally come back for some lessons.
Northbound on Sobers. Alright, he's blocking, he's about to bail. Westbound on Fairfield.
Right now. Calm down.
I'm hit!
Need EMS code 3. An exact location. Fairfield and over. We're reported 5629. Fairfield, 5629 Fairfield. Getting in that code 3.
Let me look at you. Where you at? I'm hit right here.
The officers didn't know, of course, how serious this was right as it got started. And, you don't know when things are going to go crazy until this guy comes out here with the rifle. Now, of course, in that moment, you got to do something. And these officers are at a serious disadvantage because they're armed with their handguns. And this guy here is going to pull out a rifle and start taking shots at him with that rifle. Now, I do want to talk from this second officer's perspective as he's coming in. He's starting to slow down here, but this guy's firing with the rifle and we see him stop there, and you notice that he is getting shots off, and the officer exited the car. I'm just going to say in the moment, of course, I don't blame him and I'm not trying to second guess him. But in that moment, if you're in the car, use the car for gracious sakes. Hit the gas pedal and absolutely get after him and pin him between that car and the next one. The car was the best weapon that he had available to him there in the moment. Now, we're going to the officer's body cam here, and this guy's taking significant shots at him. And if you listened in before, this officer here on the body cam was armed with a Glock 22, 15 shots. He took every single one of them, and now he's out. He's at a slide lock. So what's he doing? He's getting off the X and looking for a place. You can see right there that the slide on his firearm is back. He has actually emptied his gun. Makes a lot of sense. Guys shooting at you with an AR, you're going to just put as many shots on target as you can. His gun is empty. So now he spends a moment, gets a fresh magazine in the gun right here, gets his gun back in the fight, and he continues. Now we know from watching it earlier, he's actually shot and he's hurt pretty good, but he's still in the fight. And I think that's incredibly admirable. And thankfully his partner's gotten off the X and he had a Glock 17. He put 18 shots through that sucker and the guy is done. But they don't know that yet. So he takes some cover, he gets on the horn, and he is going to re-engage the target here until the target is completely neutralized. Now, as that happens, now the officer, second officer's neutralized it. Our first officer here has finally noticed, oh no, man, I'm shot and I'm hurt. So now I want to talk about first aid skills. You better have your first aid kit on you, whether LEO or CCW, and have the skills to use it in the moment so that you can stop the bleeding to get yourself to the paramedics. This one is an incredibly scary situation. Very glad that the officers survived it. Lots of lessons here about using the tools that are available to you, as well as getting off the X, knowing how to put as many shots as you can on target, and carrying a high capacity firearm to cover your asp.